6. Forgiven. But God says in Ephesians 1 verse 7 that it's possible to be forgiven. In whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, according to the riches of his grace. It's possible to have forgiveness in Christ. Romans 4, 6-7 describes this forgiveness as something given by God. It also describes forgiveness as being a covering for sin. Forgiveness comes from God, and it was made possible by the blood of Christ. It's God who has to forgive you because he's the one you've wronged. Therefore, God says there are those who have a relation with him because he's forgiven them. They've wronged God, but God has forgiven them. Remember, we're looking at the two groups of people that God sees in the world today. When you stand before God, you're going to be standing in one group or the other, unforgiven or forgiven. There are some that God has not forgiven. Many people think that if they just tell God they're sorry, everything will be okay. I've known people who say they're sorry, but they don't truly mean it. Remember, God knows the heart. There are also some that will be standing before God who have been forgiven. God promises to forgive, but he only promises to forgive if we come on his terms. God knows what's in our hearts. He knows whether we're just trying to manipulate and use him. He knows if we're trying to make a God after our own image, or whether we are willing to come to him the way he says we have to come.